Welcome back. You know, we saw the dangers of those floodwaters in North Carolina just this morning. Snakes right there, right next to Griff, to bacteria. The danger doesn't stop when the storm moves out.
Well, Dr. Nicole Saphier is here with what you need to know. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So, yeah, we all talk about, the wind and the hurricane at the beginning, then it becomes tropical storm. We worry about the flooding. You've got to think about your family, your kids. What's in that water?
Absolutely. You know, I was watching the footage this morning with Griff and that woman trying to wade through the waters, and I was terrified watching her because that's one of the biggest dangers right now is just this water. The winds are going to die down, but the water's not going away anytime soon. And wading through water just like that is extremely dangerous. You can get swept away. Drowning is one of the #1 reasons people die in storms. But that aside, when people start going into their homes
that's
in
not
this
clean
week,
water, right? I mean, that's
absolutely. We saw a snake there, but you also have metal debris in there with tetanus in it. You can get cuts, abrasions, and then there's staph in that water. The infections that can ensue. But that water is touching people's homes. It's touching bottled waters, food, and people just think, well, oh, I'm going to open the bottled water and it's fine once it's dry, but there's bacteria, there's viruses, everything is contaminated, and sewage systems may be overflowing like we saw in Houston, contaminating things even further. So that water is touching everything, and everything it touches is extremely dirty, extremely dangerous.
Once the water starts to recede and people get back in their homes and their house has been filled with that water, talk about the mold and all of the problems that come in the aftermath of that.
Just because it looks dry doesn't mean that it's clean anymore, because it's been sitting there, and as you alluded to, it takes sometimes up to 6 weeks, but months, but mold can grow, and that grows sometimes behind the walls. So if there's any sort of drywall that's gotten wet, contaminated, that has to be ripped out. You can't just dry it out and think you're going to be fine. So immediately we're worried about bacteria, viruses, flu season's coming. So just being in these tight quarters, people are going to get sick unless they get this clean right away.
Protect themselves and prevent themselves from getting sick in a situation like this where resources are limited and they don't have a lot of supplies to stay safe.
If they're in the shelters, you need to be washing hands, try not to touch other people's, try not to cough on people, get your flu shots if possible, because it's available now. Once you get home, decontaminate everything. Children's toys likely need to just be thrown out and replaced. Hopefully with donations, people are able to replenish some of their supplies, but don't try to recycle a lot of things because it's not worth it.
All right, Dr. Nicole Saphier, appreciate all that.
Good advice. Thank you.